New year, new you. You know who I never hear say that? It's
Ooh,
business owners.
correct. They
Business owners never say, new year, new me.
no, because most business owners are already going from last year into this year, and they were already doing it November.
They already knew.
Because why they like just to be clear, I am talking about small business owners
Yes.
because small business owners, Robert Kiyosaki often says S, if they're in the S quadrant, they're either specialists, like doctors, accountants, that kind of thing, or they're small business owners, and generally they operate in survival. And so business owners are not focused on new year, new me, this, that, and the next thing. They're focused on how do I survive?
Yeah.
Because generally they only got 2 weeks of work done in December. So they only got 2 weeks of pay or 2 weeks of business pay. And then January is the same. They've only got 2 weeks of business pay. So they're already focused on how they're going to survive through January and February. They're not focused on new.
And we work with a lot of business owners from doing sales explosion, get moving. What Barry does, he's business direct work in Africa. But like one thing that I think we know that we see a lot, especially with small business owners, is like they know what to do, but they don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Why, why does that happen? And like, so for me, the purpose of this episode, right, this is what I'm trying to achieve with this episode, is I feel like so we speak about conditioning a lot.
Yep.
But I feel like, especially for myself, I was just thinking about it for myself. It's like, I don't think about the conditioning that I had from last year.
So it's quite fascinating because there's a lot of people that are still stuck in the conditioning of COVID.
Yes.
And COVID, was only 5 years ago,
Only
6
5 years
years,
ago.
only 6 years ago, or flip, it was already 6 years ago. But people are still stuck in the conditioning from COVID. So that's an example because that's not something that has been around for
A couple of years now.
When you were a child or 40 years. It's something that happened 5-6 years ago. And it is fascinating. I was at an appointment this morning and I was chatting to one of the guys there, no idea who he is, but he was just saying how this year, he said he's so excited for because it'll be the first time there's no remnants of COVID.
Crazy.
And I kind of like, wow, that's, and he goes, last year we spent getting rid of the remnants of COVID. And I think I said it to you last year. It was the first year that it was pretty much people were on a level footing since COVID.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I don't think we'll ever get rid of the remnants of COVID because it's the conditioning that happened from COVID.
Yeah.
And so if you look at the conditioning is you've got to go online, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. There's certain things you don't blow candles out on a birthday cake.
You don't spit on the cake.
You laugh, but some people have gone back to normal, but other places have not. And, you take masks, for example. Previously, it was you didn't see masks. In South Africa, if somebody was wearing a mask, they were weird.
Oh, yeah, you're doing something. You were doing something just...
in other countries, in Asia and places like that, it was
very
normal before COVID. I say before pre-COVID. Whereas now in South Africa, if you see somebody wearing a mask, you know that they're not feeling well. Okay, cool. So it's now, but that is a remnant from COVID. That is not and so it's conditioning from COVID. So yeah, there is a lot of conditioning from last year or like 2 or 3 years ago that people often are completely unaware of. We spoke about it at the end of last year, that there are still signs stand here, please.
Yeah, there are.
Wash your hands. Please do this. Please, make sure you keep a safe distance from people. Those signs are still up in many stores and many places. And yet, COVID was 6 years ago.
Yeah. Is there a difference between, sorry, sometimes you say things and then you throw me off my thought process because of that birthday thing was hilarious. I actually didn't think about that. Even during COVID, I don't even remember celebrating people's birthdays.
Well, people didn't. They didn't celebrate birthdays. You didn't share cake.
That's true, eh?
You bought cupcakes or muffins that were individually wrapped.
COVID kept us healthy in a sense.
And people were a lot more health conscious.
Yeah.
And like kids, I know with kids now, birthday cakes are not a thing. You get cupcakes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons is because of COVID. So it's just that is conditioning that's happened is that, especially at school. And I mean, I know pre-COVID, they were like teachers, certain schools would say, please don't send birthday cake, please send cupcakes because it's a lot easier. It's a lot tidier and, it doesn't make as much mess. So people were doing cupcakes for a different reason.
Yeah.
But now it's got to the point where
the conditioning is just stuck with us.
Do not send birthday cake.
Yeah.
And if you do not. This is not a request. Do not send candles.
Send them back. Okay, so is there a difference? Because like something you also teach is about being stuck, right? Is there a difference between the two things, between conditioning and being stuck?
Well, one's a cause and one's an effect.
Explain that.
Well, because of my conditioning, I'm stuck.
Ooh.
So the cause is the conditioning. The effect is being stuck.
Interesting.
So I'll go back to, and this is one that, so let's say I decide I want to lose weight. Okay, let's say I'm 20 kilos overweight and I want to lose weight. And I'm stuck. Like, I just can't lose the weight. But my conditioning is when I was, let's say, a teenager, I was super skinny and I got teased for being super skinny and, oh, you look just like a stick. You've got matchsticks legs or something like that.
Yeah.
That is, I am now stuck because I don't want to lose weight. Why? Because I don't, and this is happening on a subconscious level. I don't want to lose weight because I don't want to be referred to as having matchstick legs again. So the cause is the conditioning. I'll get teased, and the effects are I'm stuck.
I'm not going to lose the weight. And I mean that could definitely apply to business as well, right? Because like if last year I decided to do a deal that went south completely, my conditioning is that dealing with these types of people, it's going to be the deal's going to go south again.
Correct. So let's say, I mean, we had an experience. We employed an admin person and it didn't work. So the conditioning is employing an admin person doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we go, you know what? We don't need an admin person. We'll all just pick up the pieces and
step it up.
So we then get stuck because we are stuck in admin all the time. And it's a bottleneck in our business because there's nobody specifically doing admin. We actually don't have the time to do admin, so admin becomes a bottleneck. But we are stuck because admin people are so hard to find. Good admin people are so hard to find. So you know what? We'll just do without one, and we stay stuck.
That's an interesting one.
So yes, it happens regularly in businesses.
So how do you, I mean, because like, let's just say, like you gave that great example there, we have the awareness of it, right? We are now aware that this is something that's keeping us stuck because of something that happened last year. But having the awareness is not enough.
We've got to take action on it. So what is the action we need to take? Well, we know we need an admin person.
Yeah.
So we got to go out and look for an admin person. So what we can do is look, well, where did we go wrong? Okay, so we never got referrals
For
the
the
person
person you're looking for.
we didn't do, and these are just examples.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's a case of we didn't get referrals. Okay, or maybe we just got one referral. Next time we must get 3.
Okay.
And we must phone and follow up. So what is it that we need to change in order to make sure that the next person we hire is more successful? What are the things we need to do? And then also, what are the conditions of when we hire somebody, what is the expectation? Okay, so Barry will teach in sales, when you hire a sales rep, do not expect them to make a sale for the first 6 months.
Okay.
That's because they're, good salespeople. When you hire them and you teach them and you train them, you're going to spend 6 months of training before they close a deal. And this is obviously depending on what they're selling.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and I'm talking big deals. I'm not talking little, selling apps or whatever. But if you are selling a 20,000 Rand program, or you're selling something like that, the sales rep isn't going to do anything for 6 months in terms of make a sale. If you expect them to do anything before that, you are setting them up to fail. So it's important for us to keep moving forward and to go, okay, great. So what is the expectation? How are we measuring this admin person when we bring them in? What are their tasks that they need to do? Okay, if they don't do them, are we prepared to fire them in their probation period? And I think that's also the challenge, is a lot of people get stuck with bad people or wrong people because they are not prepared to hire and fire quickly.
And then you get the conditioning of, because I've hired wrong a few times, I'm just not hiring anymore. I'm going to do it myself.
It's so much easier to do it myself.
Yeah. I mean, so for example, if you look at like our organization, right, there's a lot of, I would say we've got into a point where we're getting a bit better at our accountability as a team, as a business, and but more so actually your own responsibilities.
Correct.
How does that, can you now, let's just say we bring in a new person, can we reshape their conditioning to take on stuff like that, to be a person of high responsibility? I'm going to take high responsibility of what I do.
Okay, so the first thing is, are we creating that expectation with the person?
Okay, how do I do that?
So when you hire them, are you being clear? This is like, so we have learned now when we hire people, this is not a traditional business. We do not operate like a traditional business, and we expect you over a period of time to be responsible. We are going to look at your behaviors. We're going to help you change your behaviors, and that is going to be damn hard. And those are the things that we are now starting to realize is, in our business, we have to be very clear with people that it is damn freaking hard to work here.
I actually like that. I think that makes so much sense to me, because I feel like, so this comes in because I heard it this morning on the radio. One of the ministers said our youth is lazy because they all 60% of them are unemployed, and they're lazy because they don't go look for jobs. I just wanted to throw that in there because I thought it was funny, and I think that, I don't think that it's true, but what you just said is, I don't think that a lot of businesses and companies are putting in those expectations from the beginning.
But also, the other thing that I've observed is that the average person is used to instant gratification. And I had this conversation with somebody yesterday. Because of technology and things, we play games. We now have AI, we have all these things, and it's instant. So, there's all these games that people play today where I want to, I don't know, build a farm, and I press the button and the corn is ready tomorrow. I say tomorrow, the corn is ready in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then we can go and we can get the chicken, and we can click the chicken, and the chicken lays eggs, and suddenly we've got 50 chickens. And in the space of 2 minutes, we've got 50 chickens with 500 eggs. And the scary part is that's not reality. That's a computer screen. And so what happens, and if you, for whatever reason, have a certain programs and you want to speed things up, you just click a button and you put in your credit card details, and boof, suddenly money pays.
Yep.
And you can get things instantly on the games that you're playing if you want a faster result. This is not true for life. So you want to get fit and healthy, you have to put in the work, and there is a delay in terms of the result. And so what happens is when people come to work, they expect this push a button and I'll get paid.
Yep.
And, well, why do I have to do anything? Because, growing up, I didn't have to do anything. I could copy somebody else's work at school, could help. And I got this instant gratification. And also the other thing that I once heard somebody say this, and it just really made me, I killed myself laughing because it is so true. School does not teach us to work consistently. School teaches us you get given the work, and if you cram for 2 weeks before your exam, you'll pass.
Yeah, you should.
You should pass.
You should. Agreed, actually. Yeah.
So school does, so you can do nothing for 9 months of the year.
Yeah.
And then the last 3 months, you do all your work in 3 months. So school teaches us, and that's where a lot of people will tell you, I work so much better under pressure. No, you were conditioned to work under pressure because school taught you that you could wire and do nothing.
Oh, damn.
And that is our conditioning. And so people come into work, and that is the conditioning that they have. They can be lazy for 9 months, do nothing, and then do 3 months of work and get paid. But that's not how life works.
No.
Unfortunately. But our school system is conditioning us to have those behaviors. So that's where the minister can turn around on the news and say, oh, well,
they're lazy.
They're lazy. And he's not wrong. They are lazy. But they've been conditioned that it's okay to do that. Why? Yeah. Because you go to school, certainly I went to government and private schools growing up in Zimbabwe, you had 3 terms.
Okay.
And school started around, I don't know, the 15th, somewhere between the 15th and the 20th of January. We had April school holidays, was a month off. So April was always off. And then in between there was all the public holidays for Easter. So you went to school pretty much for half of January, February and March. That was 2.5 months. Then you had April off. Around about the 6th to the 7th of May, you went back to school. May, June, July, August. And then we always had the whole of September. No, you had the whole of August off. So it was May, June, July. August was school holidays. And then the first or second week of September, you went back to school. So it was again sort of September, October, November. And then the first week of December, you had school holidays. And then you had 6 weeks off. So that is what we are teaching children, that they only have to work in January, February, March.
In pockets, like in 3 months pockets.
In 3 months, they only have to work for
2 weeks?
2.5 of those 3 months.
You don't but like you said, I don't even think you have to work. You just have to show up.
Pretty much, you have to show up, and then you can do from September, October, November, you do all your work. And then December, you go on holiday again. So we are teaching and conditioning children to be lazy because all they have to do, like you said, is show up to school and look, I know that it's changed and it's not as easy as it was back then. You know, I heard somebody the other day say this used to be like sort of grade 10 biology. It's now grade 2 biology. But and certainly I know things have changed, but the ability to access information has shifted significantly.
My goodness.
Which is also fueled that you can be lazy. Why? Because, well, the information's available. So why should I go and research it?
I can also get ChatGPT to do my assignments.
So the other thing that I'm observing is, you know, when we were at school, you had to write everything.
Yeah.
And today, everything goes on.
All digital.
So children aren't learning. And then they Google it and they AI it and they chat GPT it and whatever, and they send it back to the teacher. And I mean, I'm pretty sure today with chat GPT, you can say, please make sure this is from Nicole Mitchell, not from Einstein or you. I mean, and chat GPT will change it to your own wording.
You can prompt it to do that, yeah.
So that it's not plagiarism.
Yeah,
anymore.
Make it sound like me. So I've been using you for the whole year. You know that I'm not the smartest. So don't make me sound like Einstein because when I hand this in, they're going to know that it's fake. So make it sound like me. Boom. Done.
Or make this sound like a 15-year-old school kid that is failing.
Oh,
whatever.
What a prompt. Don't do that.
Exactly. Don't do that.
It's just an example.
But this is what is actually out there.
Yeah.
And this is what's happening today.
No, for sure. And I think like the way that you spoke about like instant gratification, I've never thought about it like that. It's also a condition. We've become conditioned for instant gratification. Because if I think back to like our parents, for example, you had to do the work. And I get like, honestly, I do get why the boomer generation calls Gen Zs and stuff lazy, because they don't really have to do much to get anything.
And I mean, growing up, we had to cook meals, we had chores to do, we had all these things to do. And most children today, I mean, we were at Pretoria Girls High School, and there was a hockey team there, and I don't know what school they were from, but I was listening to these girls talk, and these are sort of 14, 15-year-old girls, and they are talking about what they're ordering off Shein and Temu and the credit cards that they have, and this much, and it cost them this much, and all these things. And I was like, when I was 15 or 16, there was no ways in heck that I was ordering clothes from anywhere.
No.
And I was there's like, that just wasn't going to happen. My attention was on, you know, so many other things. And I think at 15, we were still playing with Barbie dolls and things like that. But whereas today, that's a no-no. You don't do that.
Oh, no. I mean, now it's like you say, you order it from Shein, what's your Instagram followers?
You are the Barbie doll.
You are the the game has changed so much that you are actually the Barbie doll.
Correct.
That's pretty scary.
You know, and in terms of like for myself, it was if you wanted Barbie doll clothes, you were making your Barbie doll clothes because, you know, people didn't have the financial wherewithal to be able to do that, or they didn't, you know, if you wanted something, well, get creative and find a way to make it. Like, you can't just push a button and get it now.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's like the thing around like social media and technology you brought up around conditioning. I mean, I love technology. I think that it's probably one of the greatest things we created as humanity. But the conditioning that it's actually put in play is bananas.
So it has its place.
Yeah.
There is a good place for it. But the problem is it's been overused.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I think about, like, I think that some people, so for example, we meet every single Monday, right? Without fail.
Mhm.
No matter
Yep.
what. If there's two of us, well, unless you're here by yourself,
correct.
then you can't meet. But if there's even two of us, we will meet.
Yep.
Other teams will do the thing of, okay, cool, we're not going to meet, or we're going to meet through Zoom, or we're going to do this, or we've used technology to, like, I feel we've become conditioned enough to replace human interaction with technology.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, I'd rather send Nicole an email or a WhatsApp than actually pick up the phone and call her, or actually speak to her face to face.
Well, we're losing the art of effective communication because it's a lot easier to send a message or express myself on my phone than it is to actually sit in front of you and shed a tear and have the lump in the throat. And this is so hard. So we are losing the art of effective communication.
So in terms of what you do, right, as a processor, and I actually asked Barry this question last week, do you think with the massive rise of AI and the way things are, I don't know about you, but there's some things that I can't tell if they're real or not. That's just me. I don't know. But do you think that we might go the other way with it and become really focused on human connection? For like, I'm just saying, for like 2026. Let's just keep it very simple. Do you think that we might lean into it a little bit more, or do you think we might go, you know what, actually, let's just do this technology thing all the way?
I think right now it's way easier to stick with the technology thing, so people will go with it because communicating and expressing yourself is hard. It's way easier to type a message and I think the way the world is going is right now people are still inquisitive about AI and ChatGPT and there's so many different platforms, so people are trying all these different platforms, so people are actually leaning more towards technology than anything else because it is way easier to do that. So it's way easier to take an email and put it into ChatGPT and get ChatGPT to do it than it is to actually print it out and go sit in front of Sully and say, Sully, I need to read to you how I feel. It's very easy to click a button and go, oh, I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Which nice.
Yeah?
Agreed.
And so we don't lean into actually picking up the phone. And like it is that, so if you take birthdays, for example, how many people are actually, or even we can go to Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah.
There are times in years gone by where the cell networks would crash
on New Year's
because everyone was phoning everybody and everybody was WhatsApping their friends and family. So they'd be phoning and WhatsApping.
Yeah. Trying to get a hold of you. Yeah.
And today, if you look at this past New Year, how many messages did you get? And how many phone calls did you get wishing you Happy New Year?
Surprisingly, I got 0 phone calls, which I was quite chuffed with. But I got, most of what I got was messages of New Year.
And were they on groups or were they on that personalized direct to you that said, Dear Suleman and Pretty?
Here we go. Let's get into it. No, Nicole, it wasn't that. People were sharing things with me that they shared on their story anyway. So I'm like, why did you...
Correct.
You just sent me an image.
So
Happy New Year.
So and that's where that's the route people are going. It's becoming less and less personalized. Why? Because it's so much easier. Oh, this picture's so cute. Let me send this picture to everybody I know.
And I'm done.
Then I'm done.
Yep.
Or I'm just going to post this on my WhatsApp story. Everyone's going to see it. So I actually don't need to message anybody.
Yeah.
Or I post it on Facebook or whatever it is, and that's it.
Yes.
So people are not connecting anymore. There isn't that personalized connection anymore. It's this picture's so cute. Let me send it to everybody.
Yep. Broadcast.
Or I'm just going to put it in our family group. So it's one message, and it's not a phone call, and there's nothing personalized about it.
Nope. I don't have to talk to you. You don't have to talk to me. You didn't wish me Happy New Year. Didn't you check my WhatsApp status? I put it in my status. And it's like, oh, so we are family, but I'm connected to everybody. So it doesn't matter.
Like I posted on the family group. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Why don't you check the family group?
Or, and that's the problem, is that people are going more and more towards broadcasts and images and technology, and they're not actually connecting anymore. And I mean, I've seen it in terms of people go, like, take for example the family group, lunch at my place on Sunday. Boof, send it out. Now, if I were then to ask you how many people replied and how many people are actually coming to lunch at your place on Sunday, most people have no idea. They just go, oh, okay, I'm expecting everyone to come.
We'll see what happens when they get you.
And then they get all pissed off with you. Silly, where were you? You didn't come.
I didn't even.
Or Silly comes for lunch and then you go, but you never responded. I didn't cater for you.
I thought it was an open invite. You didn't say that I must.
Or everyone arrives and then, well, you were supposed to bring something. Well, you never said we should bring something. Or, and people are not communicating what they want, when they want it, and they're not getting clarity from other people. There's just this expectation. So, which, please don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for that. So you can, if you want to have an open house and you want to have it open-ended, and you can just say, hey, family lunch at my place.
Bring whatever.
See you guys on Sunday. And everybody, you're expecting everyone in the family to come. Great. And there's a time and a place. And you don't care how many people come. Great. That's fine. But there is a time and a place for it. And it's just understand there's a cause and effect.
Yeah.
And if you're going, or the flip side, you're sitting there on Sunday and you've cooked this meal for 20 people and nobody arrives. Well, this is not fair. Nobody arrived. Well, did you confirm with him? Yeah. When? No, I sent them a message to say lunch at my place. Or did they even get the message? Do you know if they got the message? Do you know? And this is where it's becoming, this broadcast group stuff is
nuts.
It's creating a lot of issues unnecessarily.
Yeah, and I mean also how many messages get sent in that group, right? So Nicole put in the family group that we're having lunch on Sunday, but we're still talking about whatever we were talking about. So the thread keeps going.
Oh, well, somebody else is posting pictures where they went for New Year and where they this one and we arrived safely here and we did that, and then people are going, I know there's lunch at Silly's house at some point, but
what time? What am I bringing?
Where? I don't know.
Damn it! I have to scroll way too far to find this lunch thing.
I'm you know what? If it's important, Silly will message me instead of picking up the phone and saying, "Hey, Silly, can't find the invite."
Yeah. What's the plan?
What's the plan? Or people go, I'm not going to phone Silly and ask Silly because did I see it on his status? Was it a direct invite? Am I invite? Am I allowed to bring my girlfriend? Am I allowed to bring my kids? Is it, well, you know what? It's just easier not to go because I don't want to create any friction, and and I don't want to upset them, and I don't want to ask if I can bring my, my dogs, and maybe they'll get upset with. I'll just rather not say anything.
Yep. Hey, this conditioning thing.
And this is where it's people are not taking responsibility for their actions. So Sully's not being responsible by phoning me and saying, Nicole, are you coming?
Yeah.
I'm not being responsible going, hey, Sully, I saw your message. Yes, I can come. No, I can't come. Would you like me to bring anything? Would you not like me to bring anything? And there's this disconnect in terms of communication.
And you know what the funny thing is? I feel like the exact same thing happens in business and people don't even realize that it's happening.
Oh, absolutely. The sales rep sends out 1 million flipping emails and WhatsApps and whatever and goes, yeah, no, we'll get the sale.
Did you speak to them? No, I sent them an email. They said they wanted an email. And you know what? Where I actually picked this up? I picked this up last year. So Barry loves to message me things and then he'll message me, I'll respond. He doesn't respond back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I thought this was a conversation. Okay, it's not a conversation. It's just you wanted to share whatever it was. I would then do the same. Whatever I needed. Hey, can you be at the office at X time so we can shoot some videos? Cool. He then he'll read it. I get here, Barry's not here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, what happened? Then I call him. Where are you? What do you mean, where am I? I'm at home. I thought we were recording videos. When did you confirm that with me? I sent you a message. You read it. But there's no guarantee. I don't know what he was doing when he read it. I don't know what was happening. There's so many different things that could take place. And it's because I'm so conditioned to just send messages to people and expect that you're going to go with me.
And also there's this, I'm the manager, you must do what I say.
Mm.
And the manager's not even aware that somebody else in the business has given them other instructions to say, listen, get on a Zoom call. And then you can't even get a hold of people to find out where they are. And so it's just, there is this complete disconnect and people are not being responsible with their communication. They're not actually getting the facts. Like, are you going to be there?
Yeah.
I'm scared to ask Barry if he's going to be there tomorrow morning. Why? Because in case he says no.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens is, I arrive and Barry's not there and he said no. So, and that's where it's this whole disconnect and it's conditioning and it becomes more and more challenging in terms of our conditioning. So, yeah.
Any final thoughts before we wrap up the first episode of the year?
So I would encourage you to try this, to stop messaging people unless it is information. But if you have questions or you're trying to have a conversation, rather pick up the phone and phone them. And I'd encourage you to talk more to people. And talking is not with your fingers. Talking is done with your mouth.
Yes. Spirits, yes.
So spend some time actually talking to people. If you think of somebody, don't message them. Pick up the phone and phone them.
Yeah.
And let it be a year of communicating effectively with words, not with fingers.
And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you found value in this episode, as always, let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Make it a conditioning thing. Condition yourself to subscribe so then every week you get the new episode. See you guys next